وأنفقوا في سبيل الله ولا تلقوا بأيديكم إلى التهلكة وأحسنوا إن الله يحب المحسنين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أشرف الخلق وسيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا سهلا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم إلى نور الفهم وأكرمنا بمعرفة العلم وزين أخلاقنا بالحلم يا أرحم الراحمين. آمين آمين. We pray to Allah Azza wa Jalla these blessed days of Dhul Hijjah to accept from us and to guide us and to make us steadfast upon the right path. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala beautify our souls with those attributes that are most beloved to Him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who take advantage of their dunya to attain His pleasure and to attain His rida and His acceptance. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. Amma ba'd. The series that we have for these days is about those attributes that are most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for the next few minutes, I want to speak to you about one of these divine attributes, and that is the attribute of ihsan. And I say divine, it's because it's one of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-muhsin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-muhsin, and Allah loves people of ihsan. And that's what the Quran says. Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah loves those of excellence. Ihsan is, in a sense, excellence. It is, in another sense, benevolence. In another sense, it's a recognition of a person's status or of a person's due right. It is for the individual to give and to give beyond expectation. It is for the person to strive their fullest and exert themselves to the fullest of their capacity. It is for a person to give, not just from a standpoint of reciprocation. It is for a person to truly embody the character of benevolence. There's a lot of contexts in which the attribute of ihsan has been mentioned. You know, when we think of Allah's ihsan, it reminds us of many things. Our mind could continue to wander as to what are the aspects of Allah's ihsan. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ihsan that He blessed us with guidance, that He created us with purpose. It is from Allah's ihsan that He sent messengers and revelations. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ihsan that He doesn't hasten punishment, and He gives people an opportunity to repent and redirect themselves. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ihsan that He created us and He proportioned us. As the Quran says, الَّذِي أَحْسَنَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقَهُ وَبَدَأَ خَلْقَ الْإِنسَانِ مِنْ طِينٍ. He's the one who perfected everything that He created, and He began the creation of human beings from the clay of the earth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves people of ihsan. And for us as Muslims, our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaches us, إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَتَبَ الْإِحْسَانَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. Allah has prescribed excellence upon all things, everything. In our relationship with others, in our relationship with people and with Allah. Look what the Quran says about our relationship with people when we speak. وَقُلْ لِعِبَادِي يَقُولُ الَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Tell my servants to say that which is best, not that which is good. That which is best. And this ihsan-oriented approach to life is found in many, many other things, even in the concept of udhiyya. The rest of that hadith that I started, in Allah katab al-ihsan ala kulli shay'in, you know, even in the manner of sacrifice, the Prophet ﷺ teaches us that there is a sense of ihsan and excellence. We are meant to be an ummah of ihsan. Prophet ﷺ said, وَلْيُحِدَّ أَحَدُكُمْ شَفْرَتَهُ وَلْيُرِحْ ذَبِيحَتَهُ. Even in the manner of your udhiyya and your sacrifice, you make sure you do it with a sense of excellence, that you bring ease to the udhiyya as you're doing it, that you don't cause it stress and anxiety, you know, that you don't make the process difficult. You know, so there's ihsan in speech. There's ihsan in our positions of influence too. As the Quran says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا مَالَ الْيَتِيمِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ حَتَّى يَبْلُغَ أَشُدَّهُ. And don't near the wealth of the orphan except with that which is best. There's another verse in the Quran that speaks to the issues of contention between people. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, ادفع بالتي هي أحسن ادفع ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا السيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم. As the Quran says, doing acts of goodness are not the same as doing acts of wickedness. Push with that which is best. If you do that, you'll find that person that you have contention with, or that there's animosity between you and him, that this person will be attracted to your ihsan. Ihsan, excellence, attracts the hearts of people to you. You know, as we, one of the scholars of our past, he says, إن النفوس جبلت على حب من أحسن إليها وعلى بغض من أساء إليها. Human Nature 101. He says that their nafs, human beings, by nature, are inclined and attracted to those who are excellent, benevolent. They attract the hearts of people. And on the other end, people naturally find nufra and distance and division, or I should say, a sense of a sense of dislike for someone who is of aggression and dhulm. That's why the Quran says about the Prophet ﷺ. Prophet ﷺ is a model of ihsan, most beautiful model of ihsan. Prophet ﷺ was described, فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَضًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. If you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, weren't a person of ihsan, weren't a person of mercy, a person of leniency, a person of compassion, people would have not been attracted to you. They would have distanced themselves from you. It is by Allah's mercy that you carry these traits. Brothers and sisters, there's so much to say in terms of what our relationship with this attribute should be. Ihsan is actually the highest level and the highest station of worship that the believer has with Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. You know, this is described in the long hadith, the hadith of Jibreel, in which Jibreel alayhi salam came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and asked him about Islam, Iman, and Ihsan. And the answer that was given was al-Ihsan. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. This shows us ihsan-oriented practice in our relationship with Allah and in our relationship with people. Ihsan is for you to feel as though, or to worship Allah as though you can see Him. As though you can see Him. And if not, then as though He sees you. Ihsan is to feel a sense of watchfulness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over you, publicly and privately, when you're in a position of power and when you're in a position of weakness, when you're in a position of ease and in your position of difficulty, when your anger is seeking to get the best of you, or your emotions are seeking to take control over you. Ihsan comes and protects the believers from transgressing against the rights of others. I'm going to make sure that I diligently and dutifully give people their rights. At the top of these is the rights of the parents. Look at the wording that's used when the Quran speaks about parents. وَقَضَىٰ رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. And Allah decreed, don't worship anyone but Him, and be excellent to your parents. Excellent. This is not the only verse about being excellent with parents. It's mentioned in a few contexts of the Quran. That's because of the great right and responsibility that's owed to this relationship. Ihsan is for a person to be on top of their responsibilities and more. Ihsan is for a person to not limit themselves to the bare minimals of goodness. No, I'm not going to just reciprocate. If the other person does good, I'll respond in goodness. That's not what ihsan is. Ihsan is for a person to maintain goodness even when people cut him off. That's how it's defined in the context of Silat al-Rahim, fortifying ties of kin, and in many other things, in relationships, even in business and trade. There's a sense of ihsan, right? There's a sense of ihsan in the way that people handle their money, sense of ihsan in the way that people manage their relationships with their friends and their neighbors. Look at this hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Prophet ﷺ says, "Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyuhsin ila jarih, wa man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyukrim dayfah, man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyaqul khayran aw liyaskut." Prophet ﷺ said, whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let them be excellent to their neighbors. Being excellent to the neighbors is another doorway to ihsan. Excellence with Allah, excellence with parents, excellence with the manner of my speech, excellence with the rights of others, right? And excellence with those I disagree with. This is, you find the application of this so wide. And you find the Quran in another verse saying, Inna Allaha ya'muru. Inna Allaha ya'muru bil-adli wal-ihsan wa ita'i dhil qurba. Allah enjoins upon you to be just and to be a person who strives for excellence. You know, excellence goes along with the person in their most difficult points in their life. Through divorce, Quran mentions the concept of ihsan and taqwa in the context of divorce in many verses of the Quran. There's many verses that emphasize that this is your opportunity to show that you're a muhsin in this very, very difficult trial. Ihsan also goes along with people in the way they deal with their illnesses, their physical calamities that strike them in their health. How a person leaves this dunya with a sense of ihsan in their ubudiyya lillah azza wa jal that manifests in a sense of ridha. Ihsan is one of those spiritual concepts that's far-reaching to every aspect of our lives, even the way that we manage our bodies, the way that we deal with animals even. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ teaches us that there is a sense of ihsan to animals. Inna Allah kataba al-ihsan ala kulli shay. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ teaches us that a man entered Jannah because of his excellence to a dog that was thirsty, and a woman entered hellfire because of her oppression of a cat, causing it to starve to death. This attribute is one that we should seek to incorporate in every aspect of our life. Wallahi, the ummah of Muhammad ﷺ will be revived if we as individuals all strive for ihsan in every sphere of influence that we have in our lives. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal to aid us in doing that and to guide us and to use us for goodness. Allahumma ameen, Allahumma ameen. Kullu aamin wa antum bi khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to witness these days again and record us among His accepted servants. Allahumma ameen. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.